Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. And welcome to Turning Your Passion into Profit Morning Show. How's everybody doing today? I hope you're having a fantastic day. Wherever you may be around this globe, y'all, it certainly is a beautiful morning. It's a beautiful morning to get those things done. Those things that you intend to do in your heart. It's such a perfect time. There's no time like the present. A lot of times, we put things off. We may say, well, I'll do that later on. I'll do that tomorrow. Or, tomorrow turns into the next day and the next week and the next month. But why not, just do what you intend to do right now? There's no time like the present. Absolutely no time like the present. You know, a lot of times we may be thinking, well, this is not so important. This is not so important. But you know what? What you have on the inside of you, those treasures, those gems, all of that stuff that's on the inside of you that you have yet to realize the value, the work that it has, the things that you carry, those things are very important. And a lot of times what happens is people hold up their progress of moving forward into their vision, into their plans, into their lifestyle, whatever it may be, because they're thinking, well, it's not so important. I'll get to that later. But let's be responsible for the actions that we take. Let's be responsible and do those things that, a lot of times we just continue to push off. But once you come into the knowledge of your work, your value, and what's on the inside of you, you'll start, as soon as it comes to you, you'll start working on it. You'll start working on it. So I just wanted to, inspire you this morning, encourage you this morning to, go forth and do those things that you purpose to do in your heart. And with that being said, let me introduce myself to those of you who don't know me. Some of you may be listening to me for the first time. And you're saying, what is she talking about? About my value. What is she talking about my worth? Well, this is what I do. I help people recognize their value, recognize their worth by being true, living their truth, being true to themselves. I'm Gertrude J. Chapman, and I teach you how to maximize your potential, especially women. I teach you how to maximize your potential and stop leaving money on the table. Because so many times, women, so many times, we always are taking care of somebody else's needs, making sure that our husbands or our partners are okay, and, our children, that they're okay, or our employer, that they're okay. And we push ourselves back onto the back burner. But you know what? That's not what you do. Okay? That's not what you do. You've been doing that for so long that, when it comes time for you to come forth and, really see your value and your work, guess what? You're so tired. You're so worn out. You're so, discouraged. But I want to encourage you today to let you know that this is your time. This is your time. After you have taken care of everybody else, now is your time. And this is a great place to start today. Not tomorrow, but today. And I hope that you could take some time out of your busy schedule today to, just sit back. Just take that time just to close your eyes and, evaluate what you have on the inside of you, because you are significant. You are somebody, and you have value, ladies. You have worth. A lot of times what happens is, in other circumstances, women identify with situations and circumstances, and that's how they see themselves. But that's not who you are. That's not who you are at all. You are somebody. A situation, a circumstance It's just something that you went through. Or you may be currently, in that. But I want to tell you, you are going through. Don't stay there stuck, okay? You are going through. Don't give up. Continue to fight. Continue to go forward. Continue to move not only forward, but upward because you're coming out. Okay? You are coming out. And, that's another part of, what I talk about on this segment, on this program, Turning Your Passion into Profit Morning Show, because I want to inspire you. I get down there to the root causes, okay? I don't mess with the surface stuff. I get to the root cause of what causes women, and especially women, to settle for less when there's so much more to you than what you're currently seeing. That's what I do. So as we talk about today, where does responsibility begin? We're going to talk about that. I'm going to dive into that. I'm going to dive in deep and get you thinking and getting you coming into a place where you begin to create your winning strategy. Because you know what? This is winning season. This is your winning season. It's time to come off the sidelines and get in the game. Okay? Don't be discouraged. Don't be, just sitting there and say, well, that's for somebody else. My time is over. As long as you have breath in your body, honey, as long as you have breath in your body, you have an opportunity to straighten up what may be going wrong in your life. Stop blaming everybody else. Okay? Stop blaming everybody else, but take responsibility for your own actions. Some things you might need to just, get rid of. Ever thought about it that way? Those things that's causing you to slow down. Those things that's caused, it's a baggage. It's a weight. Things that are weighing you down. Sometimes you have to look at that and say, well, is that relevant for where I'm at right now? Is that really relevant? You'll be surprised how light you feel, how lifted you'll feel, how much energy you gain, because you no longer have that dead weight holding you down or holding you back and keeping you from progressing. So it's all about you. It's all about you. You are the author of your actions. You are. Okay? You have to take responsibility. So that's why I'm going to talk about, where does responsibility begin? No longer can we point fingers and say, well, because of this person or because of that situation or because of that place. No longer could we do that. We all have to take responsibilities for our own actions. Okay? So with that being said, what do you intend to write today? How do you intend to write your day? Now, I'm not talking about, writing a book or anything of that nature. Of course, I talk to authors. I talk to entrepreneurs. I teach how to write books because I'm a book coach. I teach that. But there's so much more involved in that. There's so much more. Like I just said, you are the author of your actions. So what do you intend to write today? Because I always tell you about framing your day. Framing your day. And if you've never heard of that, this is something that I do all the time. And let me tell you, y'all, it lifts my spirits each and every day. Each and every day I do this. Before I get in the presence of others, number one, I get in the presence of God and I empty myself out before him and ask him to fill me for that day. Okay, each and every day. I can't go on yesterday or I can't, worry about tomorrow. Each and every day. Because so much comes out of us on a daily basis. We have to always remember to be filled for that day. Empty ourselves out completely. And then I get before the mirror and I say affirmations to myself. I frame my day, how I want my day to go. And it's not saying that things won't try to invade your day, but you'll be better prepared, okay? You'll be better prepared to face those things and to see those things and not allow those things to interrupt or cause disruption in your day, okay? So you get up, you speak those positive affirmations into your life, and you tell yourself what you expect, how you expect to live that day, what you expect to happen in that day. You know, those affirmations. I am prosperous. You know, and prosperity has so much more to do than money. Okay, you know what? Because health is prosperity. You could have all the money in the world, but if you don't have good health, you're not prosperous. Okay? Because money cannot buy health. Prosperity is so much more than just money. So you repeat those affirmations to yourself by looking at yourself in the mirror, straight in your eyes, and speaking to yourself, lining yourself up with what you intend to do on a daily basis and who you are. Because for most part, who you are, you know, you have to affirm yourself until you believe it. That's why you have to look at yourself in the mirror, in your eyes, and tell yourself these things. That's called framing your day. And, you know, this sets up the course of the day, the course of your day. And I'm going to tell you, when you do these things, you will feel so much better. Okay? You will feel so much better because now everything is lining up to, you know, come into fruition with what you have said, what you have spoken. Because, you know, it's not the internal speaking, but hearing yourself, hearing your words go forth. Because, you know, our words never return unto us void, but they accomplish those into those things where we send it. They'll accomplish whatever, you know, we intend to do. So that's why maybe sometimes people say, well, I intend to do something. They're saying it to themselves, you know, within themselves. They're not saying it audibly, but they never get to do it. Instead of, you know, having it, you know, inside, speak it out. Speak it out. I'm going to set aside 2 hours to write my book. Or 30 minutes, whatever it is. Whatever you intend to do, speak it out and stick to it. I intend to create this product for my business. But you know, I'm just giving you a scenario there, but be in detail, okay? Give it a time span. And, you know, go into detail with it. However you frame it, that's what you stick to. And you'll see that your day will flow in a different direction instead of being just all over the place. I don't know why I got on this subject, but, you know, talking about framing your day, you know, and when we're talking about where does responsibility begin? As you think in your heart, okay, so you are. So you are. So what do you think about yourself? When you're framing your day, you know, you're speaking out those words. How do you really think about yourself? Because what you think about yourself is what it is. what it is. Not, speaking those words of pretense, but how you actually are. What's going on with you? I think yesterday I talked about, taking responsibility, for changing the way you do things. Let me see. Keys to longevity, a compassion to achieve results. Maybe it was the day before. I don't remember exactly. But let me tell you, you have to take responsibility. If you want to see change, if you want to see change and you want it to really affect you, you have to take responsibility, because nothing's going to change unless you activate it. You activate it. Here's an affirmation today that's going to go right along with our program. And I want you to repeat this after me. No one is responsible for my happiness but me. No one is responsible for my happiness but me. Responsibility. That's the first place to start. Being responsible for your actions, because I told you, you are the author of your actions. No longer can you point fingers and blame this one, that one, a situation, a circumstances, a place, or anything of that nature. Let's grow up, y'all. Let's grow up, audience, and begin to take responsibility for ourselves. And our responsibility, where does responsibility begin? Well, I'm going to tell you that. I'm going to tell you that. Let's move into our first talking point. Okay? When we're talking about where does it begin and creating a winning strategy, because this is your winning season. So some things have to change. If they haven't been changing for you, if you, going through bumps and, lumps and things and craters and, whatever's coming to block you from achieving things, let's create some winning strategies. Winning strategy, because you are a winner. Let's move into the first talking point. Being responsible for your thoughts. Your thoughts. Because again, as you think in your heart, and I'm not talking about the pumping thing, I'm talking about in your spirit, so are you. Whatever you think about yourself, that's what you are. So if you looking at yourself as, I'm lazy, I don't have any value, I don't have any worth, well, guess what? That's what it's gonna activate to, because whatever you're thinking, that's what's gonna happen. Okay? You're gonna be not motivated to move forward. So if you see yourself that way, you could change it. You could change it. No one's holding you back except you, your thoughts. So if you want to see something different, let's have a different mindset. You see, that's all about framing your day. That's all about framing your day. Because I understand that there's situations and circumstances that may have, and I'm going to bring this out, okay? I told you about situations and circumstances in another content. But, as people, sometimes as they continue to try to rise up, situations and circumstances keep slamming them back to the ground. And they get discouraged. They give up. Okay? They give up. But you have the final say so. You don't have to remain that way. You don't have to remain in a situation or a circumstance that you're in. You don't have to remain discouraged. You don't. No, you don't. You could rise up. And I want you to hear me. You can rise up. It's not over. You could rise up from whatever you may be going through, your thoughts. your mindset. Because when you think certain thoughts, or not certain thoughts, when you're thinking, period, okay, point blank, period, it's action, it's activity that's going on in your mind. So it's a movement. So how are you seeing yourself? How are you thinking about yourself? It's gonna, formulate into that action what's coming out of you. That's what it does. Your thoughts. So you have to be responsible for your thoughts, because your thoughts are energy. As you think in your heart, so are you. It's going to produce an energy. So whatever you're thinking about yourself will come out. It will manifest into an action. So you are responsible for your thoughts, and you could change the way that you think, that thinking pattern. When you come to the end of yourself and say, look, I'm sick and tired of this. Enough is enough. I don't want to be like this anymore. I don't want to live this way. There is nothing and no one that can stop you. Nothing or no one. And you could do it. I believe you can. You could do it. Don't give up. Because when you give up, you just have thrown in the towel. But you are responsible for your thoughts. Where does responsibility begin? It begins in your thoughts. So how do you see yourself? How do you view yourself? What do you think about yourself? If you're not liking all of those things I just mentioned, you could change it. You could change it. So why not just start today? Start today. Don't make excuses. Start today. I'm not satisfied with the way I'm living. I'm not satisfied with not, getting these projects started. Okay, this project started, because I don't want to put too many in there, because that could cause, overwhelm. At least one project. Okay, and maybe it's that book that you've been intending to write for so long. Get up. Start somewhere. Write a page. Do some research. Find your audience. See if there's a need for, that message. Do some research. But start somewhere. And you don't have to tell other people, because sometimes you need to keep things to yourself. Because people, involved in your vision and, what you're supposed to do, that could sometimes cause discouragement, cause delay. Keep it to yourself and move, move quietly. Okay? Move quietly. Because what's done in secret will one day be rewarded, okay? It will be rewarded. That means everybody will see it one day. Everybody doesn't have to know. You move quietly. Because that blocks criticism. That blocks people from tearing you down. That blocks people from, saying things. Oh, well, I know that she wasn't going to do that. I know she wasn't going to do that. She couldn't get that thing done. So move quietly. But be responsible, y'all, for your own thoughts. Your own thoughts. And, just get those things done. Being responsible for your thoughts is where your responsibility begins. The next talking point is arranging your thought pattern. Okay? Arranging your thought pattern, your thoughts. Okay? Look at it this way. Those thoughts toward your vision. Begin to water those seeds in your garden. Okay? Let's look at it as a garden. That vision. Get those good thoughts. Get those positive thoughts. Get those thoughts that line up with your vision. What are you speaking, to yourself each and every day? Water your garden so your garden could grow. That means removing all of those weeds, all of those things that will cause your garden to die, that will snuff out the life in your garden. Those weeds tend to choke, those little seedlings. So you have to go in that garden and you have to pull up those weeds. Just like some thoughts in your mind, those negative thoughts, those self-defeating beliefs that you have. Get rid of those things. And you won't be able to get rid of those things until you replace it with something that's positive, something that's going to feed your garden. Okay? See, this is where responsibility comes from those things that you have in your mind that's going to snuff out what's planted inside of your vision. You and your vision are one. You can't separate it, your purpose. You can't separate that from yourself because that's why you're here. Each person has a unique purpose on this earth. So learn to arrange your thought pattern by watering the seeds in your garden. Those seeds that's going to provide nutrients. Those seeds that's going to, cause your garden to grow, cause your vision to grow. Those seeds, if you understand. And I'm breaking it down for you to get a picture. I want you to see this. That's why I'm saying certain things, because I want you to see it. I want clarity to be, where you could actually see and get an understanding of what's going on in your thoughts, in your mind. And don't let them, you might say, well, this has been here for so long. Even those things that you have heard over and over, those old wives' tale and all those foolish things that had no basis, nothing at all, that has caused you to stumble and, cause your vision to choke and cause your vision to just wither away and just hanging on a string near death. Those things. Like, oh, you got to crawl before you walk. Oh, well, money don't grow on trees. All of those things. All of those things. Foolish things. Begin to eliminate those things out of your thought pattern, because one thing adds to another and it adds to another. Okay? Bring every thought into an alignment. Okay? Create order in your thoughts. Don't let your thoughts be all over the place. This scattered. And you heard people talk about having a scattered mind. Their thoughts are here, their thoughts are there. Sometimes they're thinking this, and the next time they're thinking that too. Yeah, and they're, canceling out the good things. They're causing their own chaos in their minds because their thoughts are so scattered. Bring it in order. That's why it's so good to invest in your design purpose. And you always hear me saying that, okay? You always hear me saying that about investing in yourself in the level that you expect results, okay? Expanding your mindset by reading, by hiring a coach, by, taking master classes, and paying for them. Not all this free stuff, y'all. Free only goes so far. but investing in your mindset, investing in the thing that's going to propel you forward to walk down your design pathway to success. So arranging your thought patterns, not having your mind scattered, okay? Being able to concentrate, being able to understand, being able to have clarity, being able to be on one accord with your vision, okay? Having unity within yourself. Because sometimes people say one thing, they think something another way, and they're doing something completely opposite of the other two. Scattered. No unity within themselves. So let's learn to arrange the thought patterns. And this is where your responsibility lies. It lies in your thoughts. Okay? As you think in your heart, so are you. Good morning, Lucky. How you doing today? Nice seeing you today. Arrange your thought patterns. Now, let's move into the next one. Okay? The next one is meditation. Meditation, the more you think those thoughts, the clearer your picture will be. Meditation is something that gives you a picture. It gives you clarity on your design pathway. That's why you can't afford to have all of these self-defeating thoughts, all of these negative thoughts, all of these thoughts of chaos going on in your mind. Because as you're walking down your design pathway, you want to have clarity because you have to see it in order to arrive at your destination. You just can't arrive at a place that you haven't seen. So if you expect to arrive there, as you say you do, you have to see it. Okay? You have to see it before you see it, or you'll never see it. And what that simply means, you have to see it in your mind's eyes before you see it manifest in the natural, or you'll never see it. It won't even come to pass. You'll just be wandering around, as they say, in the desert. You'll be wandering around. Okay? And how many people are just wandering around because they have scattered thoughts. Okay? Someday they're thinking this. Another day they're thinking that. Another day they're thinking something else. Chaos. No order. There has to be an order. So when you meditate on your journey with these thoughts, it's going to paint a picture of clarity. Okay? Whatever you see in your mind's eyes, you will see. And you have to see yourself in the picture. That's another thing. You have to see yourself in the picture because remember, your thoughts are energy. Your thoughts are energy. Your thoughts are real. It's the realness of it, y'all. It's the realness of it. Let me see. Are your expectations realistic or achievable? Have to be realistic and achievable. They have to be real. Realistic and achievable. That's the things that you look for. Or they're realistic and or they're achievable. And that's a very good statement there. Or they're realistic and they're achievable. They have to be. That's where you go back to the first one that I had. You're responsible for your thoughts. They have to be realistic and they have to be achievable. That's why you can't have things all over the place. And let me break it down to being even realistic, okay? Because there's nothing impossible for you. There's nothing impossible to you. You have to believe it, okay? Everybody has a big vision. Sometimes people don't even see their vision as big. But we all have a piece of the puzzle, okay? And sometimes people don't expand because they don't have an expanded mindset. They're caught in a box, they're caught in a system, they're caught in, their way of thinking. They're caught in this shoebox. It's time to come outside the box. So, for them, it may not be realistic. They might not see that they can accomplish those goals because they fail to expand their mindset. They fail to move forward. So it all depends on the person. Okay, I want to throw that in there because it all depends on the person. It really does. That's why you have to invest in your mindset. Invest in your mindset. And there's nothing wrong with that because we are evolving. We are moving forward. We're moving upward. So it can never remain the same. And you have to see this. Like I said, before you see it, or you'll never see it. Because it's no such thing as plain as safe. Well, I'm just going to stay here in this little place and I'm going to move, slowly or whatever. You have to, especially I'm talking to authors, I'm talking to entrepreneurs, I'm talking to leaders. You have to move. You have to evolve with the time. Things are constantly changing. Look at the mobile phones, y'all. Look at the computers. Look at the software. Everything is constantly evolving. So, you have to expand your mindset. Realistic and achievable. Realistic and achievable. The more you see it, okay, the more you'll believe what you believe about yourself matters, okay? The more that you see it, you'll believe it. So you have to continue to see it. You have to continue. And what you believe about yourself, it certainly matters, okay? It matters because how you think about yourself is the way it will be. How you think about yourself is the way it will be. So meditation, when I'm talking about where does your responsibility begin and creating a winning strategy, meditation, okay? Don't forget about meditation because it allows you to have a clear picture on your way to your design pathway, on your way to meet your ultimate goal on your design pathway. And here's another talking point. Act on it. Okay, you got to act on it. Dedicate yourself. Provide energy to your vision. Act on it. Okay, that's why you want to have something that enhances you. Okay, enhances you. Your garden. You remember I talked about watering the seeds in your garden? You want to think of those things that will provide nutrients to your vision. That's going to be there to support your vision. That's going to be there to uplift your vision. That's going to be there to provide longevity to your vision. Those thoughts, y'all, are powerful. Your thoughts are energy. Not anybody else's thoughts about you, but your thoughts about yourself, your thoughts about your vision, your thoughts. Don't allow your thoughts to contaminate, your vision, your movement, your actions. Okay? Act on it. When you see it, act on it. See yourself operating in your vision. See yourself. It's reality, y'all. It's reality. Live a piece of your dream every day, according to your plan, according to the blueprint by your design. Live a piece of it each and every day. And this is something that I do all the time. I don't just say these things, I do it. I live a piece of my dream every day, or pieces of your dream. You know, it's very, very important. And I know Lucky does the same. You know, he lives a piece of his dream each and every day. He's always doing something, sewing or putting on rhinestones or doing something. Let's see. Don't let people talk you out of your potential because of their insecurities or limited vision. And that's true. I think I talked about that earlier when I was talking about not always saying things, okay? Always letting people know every bit or detail of what you're doing. Because sometimes, their actions, their speech, because there's things that's going on in people, those insecurities, those jealous moments, and all of those things. Some things you got to keep to yourself. So I talked about that. And that's a good one. Don't let people talk you out of your potential because of their insecurities or limited vision. That's it. Because you see your vision. They don't understand your vision. They can't see your vision. And some things you just have to keep to yourself. You don't tell everybody everything, okay? You just don't. Because that will hinder somebody's potential, because they'll say, well, so-and-so said this, and then they'll start reasoning within themselves. Then they'll start, dimming their light. Okay? Dimming their light. They'll pull back. But no, y'all, you can't do this. This is your vision. The brilliance that's coming from you. Don't allow anybody to dim your light. Don't allow that. And if those things are affecting you, like I said, what somebody says, keep some things to yourself. You don't have to tell everything. Just do it. Okay? Just do it. Because a lot of times people just say too much. Don't reveal everything. Keep some things to yourself. Because whatever you do in secret, one day it will be rewarded openly. Everybody will see. Okay? Everybody will see. Because sometimes you think people are happy for you, and they're not. They're really not. I learned that. I learned to keep things to myself. Why do you have to tell it? Just do it. Just do it. Just, there's some things, you don't even ask nobody for advice, because within yourself. Okay, you already know the answer within yourself. And you want people to support you. And a lot of times people don't support you just because of who you are. Okay? They might support somebody else, but they're not going to support you. But let me tell you this, who cares? Because you're brilliance all by yourself. Okay? Continue to let your light shine. Continue. When you have come into that place of being unapologetically you and living your truth, it doesn't matter anymore. Sure, you care about people, but their opinions don't matter. Be watchful of envious or jealous-minded people. That's so true, Lucky. That is so true. You have to be. You have to be. Because, it's a shame, but, people are envious and jealous. And there's no reason for that, because everyone is different. Everyone's walking their unique journey down their design pathway. And they, when I see people who are jealous and envious, this tells me they don't know who they are. They really don't. Because if they knew who they were and were living their truth, they would have a different mindset. But because they're not living their truth and they don't know who they are, you understand? That's where envy and jealousy comes from. Because what's for you is for you. What's for me is for me. If I see you progressing on and doing great things, I'm going to say something. I'm going to say, well done. And, that wouldn't take away from me applauding you. But when people can't applaud you and see your gifts, your talents, and ability, you're moving forward, there's something wrong there. There's something wrong. So that's what I see. When people are envious and jealous, they don't know who they are. They're not living their truth. Caring for others is good, but don't forget, you are a person too. That's right. You're a person too. That's why I always say, you have to protect yourself and not find yourselves in those situations. So when you know people's characters like that, zip them out, zip it up. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. Keep some things to yourself. You know when to say it and when not to say it. I don't have to tell you that. You'll know. But act on your vision. Act on your dream. Okay? By the thoughts, the blueprint, by design. Continue to sketch it out. Sketch it out on paper. Continue to work on your vision. You meditated. You've seen it. You have your vision. You have your plans. You have your strategies, because this is your winning season. This is a winning strategy for you. Okay, you're walking down your design pathway to reach your ultimate goal, to success. Okay, so you are responsible and for your thoughts. So always think those good things about your vision and about your dream. And here's the last and final one: ironclad focus. Be ironclad focused. Be at a place where you make those solid decisions, and you make those decisions quickly. Okay? You make those decisions quickly. You don't have to ask for advice from this one, advice from that one. You come to a place on this pathway when your thoughts are clear. Okay? You have those clear thoughts where you have watered your garden and everything. Now you're able to make those be ironclad focused. Focus on your goals. You're not hemming and hawing. You're not relying on your feelings and emotions. Okay, feelings and emotions have nothing to do with this. Okay, it's all about focusing on others. I'm not going to say not even about you. It's not about you at all. Okay, it's not about you at all. It's all about your audience. It's all about others. What benefits your audience? Okay, what benefits your audience? Because you're not seeing yourself. You're seeing your audience and their needs. You're concerned about, giving them an easy win, because you understand that they've been struggling. You understand that, there's different things that have come into their lives that they're searching for answers. With 63,000 Google searches every second of every day, people looking for information that you have the answers to. Okay, that's what you focus on. You're focused on, showing up as their expert, bringing them the solutions to cause them to have hope, or cause them to know something that they didn't know before, to give them that aha moment, to cause them to, come out of a situation, or cause them to or help prevent a situation from happening in their lives. So this is a place where you become ironclad focused. So when I'm talking about where does responsibility begins, it begins in your mind. It begins in your thoughts. So when we're talking about, again, having a winning strategy, you have to get your thoughts in the right place. Have to get your thoughts in the right place. And I know I dropped some nuggets here, And I'm looking at the time. I don't want to go back over this. And this re-listen to this live stream again, so you could pick up these nuggets, because I know I've been dropping them, all throughout here, and there's much more I can say, but I'm looking at the time and I don't have time to say it. So, your thoughts. Be responsible for your thoughts and arrange your thought pattern and meditate on those thoughts that's going to water your garden, having those good thoughts, those positive thoughts. Don't forget to, get up each and every morning and frame your day and act on those thoughts, act on them, because your thoughts are energy. Your thoughts, you have to have those right thoughts in order to grow your garden, where you can have that harvest, whether it's those books that you're writing, whether it's that product or that service that you're creating. Having those right thoughts that will aid those things to be powerful in your audience's life, that will give them that easy win, that will, have them looking for you as their expert, that you are the voice that's speaking into their lives for such a time as this. So I thank you for joining me today on this powerful broadcast of Turning Your Passion into Profit Morning Show, where I've talked about where does your responsibility begin? It begins in your thoughts. And I asked you, and I told you this statement earlier on, you are the author of your actions. So what do you intend to write this day? Because you're the author of your actions. So how you're going to write it today is the way you're thinking. So with that being said, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to join me today on this segment of Turning Your Passion into Profit Morning Show. And I look forward to seeing you the next time. But remember this is your time. This is your season. This is your turning point. So have a great rest of your day.